So today is the perfect day for planting clover. We're going to be frost seeding clover on these areas that we sprayed in the fall to knock down all the grass. This is an area right here behind me that we cleared 2 years ago. It was pretty thick with brush, but we cleared it. Last fall we sprayed it, knocked everything down, and we're going to put some clover on it. There's a little bit of a grassy sod on it right now, but it's all dead. And we're supposed to get possibly 8 inches of snow tonight, and that's going to be perfect because we'll put this little clover seed on top of this. The snow tonight and tomorrow will melt and drive that seed down into this grass. Then we'll get the frost heaving and it'll draw that seed right down. We'll have good soil contact, and we will overseed this more than the recommended rate. I think it's 4 to 6 pounds per acre on open ground. This might be maybe an eighth of an acre. It's pretty small, so we'll put a couple pounds on here and it should be plenty. So let's do it. What a beautiful day. A little bit of overcast. It's probably mid-30s. Tonight we're gonna get 8 to 10 inches of snow. It's awesome. There's always something to do. So come along, let's do some frost seeding. So last year I bought a solo spreader, and I'll tell you what, this is a nice seed spreader. Much better to use than those cloth bag ones that always end up leaking all over the place. This works pretty good. So I'm going to start with the white clover. We're going to start with 2 pounds on this field, and I know that 5 cups of seed is 2 pounds. So I'm just going to walk back and forth in here and spread the seed. So it's simple as that. We just put a little over 2 pounds on this little section. So this is well seeded. It's pretty fast. We're going to do a couple other sections. I got a little piece down here and I got another piece over there. So we're going to load this thing up and go do those. So this next section, we're actually going to put some red clover in with it as well. So we got white clover and we got some red here. Mix it up well. So this little piece down here is pretty small. This was really brush choked last year, and so we cleaned it up, and we're just going to get something on the ground in here. So it'll be pretty interesting to me to see how this area here responds to this clover. We've never worked it up. We never did anything other than clear all the brush out. And then we mowed it down and then sprayed it last fall to kill everything so we could put this clover on there. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Maybe this summer we'll do a little update and to see how this area grows. I might just let it, whatever happens here happens. We might get some early successional growth in here, which is a good thing. But it was pretty choked with autumn olive. There was a lot of wild rose in here, and it was pretty messy, so we just cleaned it up. We might just let this area grow up, but in the meantime we'll throw some clover on it just to keep things things green, I guess. We've got some areas that are basically all dirt, and we're not going to plant those right now because of this snow. We're going to get a lot of runoff in these more open pieces, and I'm afraid it'll just wash my seed away. But in the areas that have some grass and stuff left, I think it'll capture the seed, and with the frost heaving, it'll pull it down into the soil. So we've got some areas we're going to plant, some areas we're not going to plant. I think for the areas that we're not going to plant, that are open, basically dirt, we're going to wait for the snow to melt, wait for all the runoff to be done running off, and then we'll plant it then, and that might be a couple weeks. But as I'm planting, I can see a lot of areas where the ground is heaved up, and that's perfect. So we're getting, you know, down into the mid-20s at night and mid-30s during the day, which is absolutely the perfect time to frost seed. So let's go do another section. So I'm just checking the apple trees for to see if the moles got in and chewed the bases of them. They look pretty good. I do have these protective covers on the apple trees because I had a problem with the moles coming in the wintertime and burrowing underneath the snow and trying to girdle our trees. Well, they almost did, so I had to put these on there to protect them. But they look good. So I have these fences on my trees to keep the deer off them. The deer just keep them browse down and they'll never really grow into much. So we keep the fences on them for a little while. I have a couple over here that I think are tall enough where the deer can't browse it down to nothing. So some of the first ones I planted, and I've only got a couple in here, but they're tall enough. I think I'll pull these fences down and make them a little smaller around the base. I do worry about the deer rubbing their antlers on them and killing them that way. So we'll probably pull the fences, make them a little bit smaller around the trunk of the tree, just so the deer can't rub them. So I have a little plot in here that's surrounded by switchgrass. We had clover in it. It got a little grassy, so we sprayed it, and we're going to reseed it with clover. So frost seeding is really easy. In early to mid-spring, when you still have freezing nights, thawing days, you got open ground, you put your seed down, you get good soil contact with your seed, and you'll be successful. So I'll come back and I'll do an update in the summer, and I'll show you each one of these plots that we frost seeded, and we'll take a look at the clover and see how well it did. I'm pretty confident it'll be a success. So don't hesitate to try frost seeding. It's really simple. Hey, thanks for watching. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, comment down below, and we'll see you later.